You never know who you'll find working together to create hit records here in town. Richard Marx has had an incredible career as a songwriter and as an artist, but he also writes with a few country artists too. One of those collaborations with Keith Urban went especially well as Keith took Long Hot Summer to the top of the charts. We caught up with Keith and Richard to talk about the success of that hit song.
The first time we wrote, we'd written a few before Better Life, I think.
Maybe one or two.
But it's probably Better Life might have been the second or third song we wrote, and we just kind of clicked, as writers. I flew out to Richard's house to write Better Life, and we came back to Nashville to finish it. And this song is totally the reverse. We did most of it here in Nashville. The floods had been, and I'd lost all my guitars, and so I had nowhere to write. So we rented a room at SIR. To write, but I had no guitar, so I remember borrowing a guitar at SIR, and we went in and wrote the song there, and then went to Chicago to finish it. And I was opening up for the Eagles at that point, and we were going to be stopping in Chicago. Richard lives there, and so I thought it'd be a great time for us to finish the song. And we were sitting on my bus finishing it, and Joe Walsh came on, and he was, what did he say?
Well, he came. My first record ever back in 1912 was a song that that Joe Walsh played guitar on, and it was such a huge component of that record. And I hadn't seen him since he played on that session. So he came on the bus, I think, because somebody said I was on your bus to say hi, because I hadn't seen him in ages. So it was so nice to see him, and you and I were both like hanging out with him. And then at one point, Joe said, "Am I interrupting anything?" We both had to say, "Kind of. We're just trying to finish this song." He's like, "Oh, I'll come back in half an hour."
So we think Joe put some good mojo on the song. That's what we think, and we're grateful. Thank you, Joe.
I want to see your brown skin shimmer in the sun for the first time.
This was a really special #1 song for me, yeah. And for personal reasons between me and Keith, they're all. It's nobody's business.
No, but we'd had an issue with each other. That's all I'm gonna say. And I learned a lot about the importance of friendship. And this guy was so incredibly gracious and good. And I learned a lot about what it takes to be a real friend. And I wanted to really make it up to Richard and show him that friendship really means something to me. And so I said, please, I want to write together again. We should really do that. And we talked about it for a long time. And we eventually did, and I'm so glad that we got to not only write the song, but for the song to take us to this point, because it was born of that. It wasn't born of a quota to write a song. It was born of a want for us to reconnect, and the song was just, it was a byproduct of that desire.
And I think maybe because of that, I hear great joy in this particular song. I don't know if it's a favorite, but I love this song. I freaking love this song. I think this is my favorite record of any song that I've ever written that I didn't have a hand in producing. Dan Huff is always great. He's never short of great. And he and Keith make such amazing records that just as a fan, forgetting my friendship with Keith, Keith's on my iPod because of the records he makes with Dan. They're just great records. So when I heard this, Keith was excited to send it to me, the rough mix of it. And I went into my studio and I called my kids and my wife down and we cranked it up. And there's always that moment where you go, God, I hope it doesn't suck. And it could not have been a better, just most thrilling. There's some people in this room that really, that maybe have more of a musical background that know the intricacies and the tasteful journey that this record takes you on. It's really a pleasure. It's really, really awesome to be a part of.
It really does take a village. It starts with the song, that's always first, but there's a million songs, and so the trajectory from that to getting in the studio to getting it on radio and getting it to a #1 party is a big undertaking and takes a lot of people. And so for me, the party was a way for everybody to feel that appreciation.
We still have lots more up ahead. We'll head on down to the legendary honky-tonk Billy Bob's in Fort Worth, Texas next to catch up with this artist. You won't want to miss it, so come on right back.